Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are. Had to get the right file here. I have a couple of things here for you, Mr. Rodriguez. I have warrant out of Cochise County. For possession of paraphernalia and failing to appear in court. I'll leave the bond on, I'll reduce the bond from $1,500 to $500. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Once your felony probation matter has been cleared up, they'll have 24 hours to make arrangements to pick you up. Or to make arrangements to pick you up in a total of 72 hours to actually pick you up. That's from the Bisbee Justice Court. We're tentatively sitting court there for September 23rd if you are post the bond. Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez. And you, sir, are. Mr. Gavino, citation charging you with domestic violence disorderly conduct.
Oh,
Pretrial, can you tell me if Mr. Gavino has been compliant with pretrial on his other matters?
Yes, Your Honor. Just give me a second to pull up his records.
sure.
Other victims as far as you know? Because I've got 2 unidentified people on the phone. One of them was probably the interpreter. Okay, Okay. Okay. Well, then we know who that is, so. That's the victim in this case. Why would we have two interpreters though? Okay. Thank you.
I see that it looks like PTS supervision was suspended on May 8th. That's the only record I can find for him.
Okay, that's on 2024-4901. What about
Yes,
3533?
that's not in our records. I only see one case number in our records.
Okay, let me double check it. Looks like they were gonna release me to Tucson and they switched it to OR. All right, and I believe we have the victim on the line, and the victim wish to be heard on conditions of release.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go right ahead.
My son is in active full-blown addiction. He's on meth and fentanyl. He's a danger to himself and he's a danger to others under these influences. He has 6 open cases, with this one being 7. He also has medical issues going on. He was badly beaten back in June with a bat. He has like trauma to his head, aneurysms. He was in intensive care at Banner. He has heart issues and drug use. He desperately needs medical treatment, Your Honor. He's not followed through with his cases. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't even go to his court cases for me to remind him. He's homeless in the streets. He was in rehab. He got out of rehab. He relapsed like 2 weeks after. I allowed him to stay with me to get on his feet, and that accident happened. So he was in intensive care for a few weeks. He left the hospital against the doctor's orders. I allowed him in my house so he could recover, and he keeps going back. He can't see past his addiction. And I'm afraid he's going to die in my home. He's going to die in the street if something isn't done.
We can smoke soon.
Please let her finish before you say anything. Okay, anything further, Ms. Gavino?
He is in violation of some court. He's got 2 with Superior Court. He's got 4 with Justice Court. He took a plea deal to go into rehab. He's supposed to be doing a restorative program or whatever it's called. He was ordered not to be using drugs, but he still continues, Your Honor.
Addicted. Can't stop.
And you don't want any contact with him and you don't want him to return to your residence. Is that correct?
That's correct, until he can get rehab treatment and be sober, because I'm scared for his safety and for my safety. He gets aggressive. He's unpredictable under those influences.
Wait, can I say something, Your Honor, please?
All right, thank you, Ms. Gavino. Yes, Mr. Gavino.
Hey, Mom, I've never hurt you in my life. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to get off of? I got jumped last night, so that's why I came home to get my stuff to get like a T-shirt at least.
Okay.
I got hit in my head.
One of the release is no alcohol. So you're in violation of your conditions of release.
Give me no alcohol. I got jumped last night by 10 people. and I got hit in my head. I got aneurysm, so I wanted to make sure that I was all right. I was about to just get checked out. I went home to get a T-shirt and to make sure that everything was good. And I didn't even get to talk to my mom. She just called the cops. So I get jumped. I go straight from getting jumped in the streets straight to jail. You know what I mean? I mean, I go to rehab. That's fine. I just need a chance.
Your Honor,
Yes.
he's not telling the truth. He keeps going back. He can't see past his addiction, Your Honor. I've done everything in my power to try to help him, to get him to rehab, you know, make sure he's doing what he needs to do, but he doesn't want the help. He doesn't want to get better, and his life is at risk.
My life's at risk.
He has something wrong with his heart valve.
I'm gonna die in the streets. Straight up, look, I'm gonna die in the streets. I can't stay out there.
He still continues, Your Honor. He needs to be in a locked medical facility and treated for his addiction and his issues. He's actually safer in jail than on the street because he died last time. Like when he was beat, he was found in the street, unconscious, and he was dead. They had to bring him back. And that did not wake him up. Like I'm afraid he's going to die, Your Honor, if you let him out.
I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Your bond will be $500. If you post the bond, your court date's October the 9th at 9:30 in the morning. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen on the 16th. That's a week from tomorrow at 1:45, at about 1:45 or so. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with your mother. You don't go to her residence. You can go back once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You also need to engage in behavioral health and substance abuse treatment. Do you understand that?
Stuff. How do I call? How do I do that? I don't have a phone.
You can go to a police station. All right, thank you, Mr. Gavino.
This one. So you water. Bullshit.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Todd Williams.
Mr. Williams, I have, looks like quite a stack of things here for you. I have current charges for criminal trespass and resisting arrest.
Hi, Judge. I'm sorry I was not able to log on beforehand. I'm the public defender. I'm present now.
All right, well, we're just about finished with the misdemeanors, and then we'll go back to all the felonies.
Okay, thank you.
Because of your failure to appear history, I'm going to hold you on a $250 bond on this matter. appoint Christian Salter to represent you. Court date on this matter will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And I have files out of Tucson City Court.
What was that first one you were looking at, whatever that was?
That was charges from today for criminal trespass and resisting arrest.
Okay.
I have charges here from December 25th for domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence, disorderly conduct. Looks like you were supposed to be in court on January the 28th and did not appear. Charges for another charge for domestic violence and disorderly conduct also on December the 25th.
You said that.
Well, no, this is an additional charge. And additional charges also from that date. Let me look a little more closely at vacations. Looks like some of these charges are on December the 24th. And then additional charges for domestic violence, criminal damage, failing to comply with the court order, domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct.
I'm going to treatment for lawful terror for that case. Court order treatment.
Well, you never came to court on these cases, so
I wasn't able to. I showed up and they sentenced me to a year of court order treatment, and I've been going through lawful terror ever since.
well, your next court date on these is going to be September the 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon. We'll appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges.
September, so 2 months away.
No, 10 days, 8 days away, next week, Wednesday. Bond will be $1,500. You'd have no contact with your sister. or with Griselda Polanco Mendez. Do you understand that?
No. The judge said I could have contact with my sister. She thought it was a little cruel, but Griselda, she understood and maintained a no contact order.
Well, I'm entering that in, so
So change it to where I can't talk to my sister
that's
or my old lady.
correct.
For what means? For what? There's not a new charge or domestic violence. The judge ordered it last time. It's just because I'm in jail. Can you scratch the court order treatment then
No.
for the
and
state of
I
Arizona?
Still show, I can't do anything about that court order treatment.
But
still-
you can tell me I can't see my sister. For what? For what reason?
Because of the
So there's nothing new.
violation
There's
of the
nothing-
court order.
What, a trespassing that is non-related? You're gonna have me not talk to my family member? That
No,
depends on me.
you, according to the information that I have, you were previously ordered not to have contact with your sister.
And then I got arrested again on the 25th and she changed it. She thought it was a bit cruel that I couldn't talk to my own blood sister. That was the last
But then you
standing
did-
order.
but then
Now
you
you're
did-
changing it
but
for
then
no
you did-
cause, no
Then
reason.
you did come to court.
Yeah, I didn't show up.
Thank you, Mr.
I was in court order treatment. I was in the mental hospitals.
Well, it's up to you to notify
That's-
the court. All
I
right,
did notify you guys. I was in court. I was doing court for the state of Arizona through La Frontera. I'm on mandated treatment. I was doing my treatment. I've been in their custody
You'll
since.
be returning about that. All right, thank you. Last we had a lot of fun paperwork last Monday. Last Monday. As opposed to having the misdemeanor and felony filed together. No, they weren't. So I'd hunt them down. On the COR, huh? Yeah, I know what to do, but it was still kind of a pain in the. Yeah. I mean, I figure as long as I still know what to do, I'll still keep doing. Because she'll tell me if I don't know what I'm doing. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade and you are,
Abdi.
Mr. Abdi.
Yeah.
I have an interim complaint here charging you with possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drug, and forgery.
Yes.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Judge, Mr. Abdi has no failure to appear. He has lived in Tucson for 19 years. His sister indicated that she would be willing to assume third-party custody of him. And his last felony conviction appears to be from 2017. So I'd ask for pretrial services release.
Has probation placed a hold?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, preliminary hearing date is going to be September the 18th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No contact with the alleged victims. And don't go to the incident locations. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment to the extent that it's available in custody under the direction of pretrial services if you post the $2,500 bond and are out of custody. Preliminary hearing date September the 18th at 1:30. Other than the course of assessment and treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Abdi. Good evening. I'm just stating there are
Mr. Gray.
Mr. Gray, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And did counsel wish to waive reading?
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll appoint Mark Evans to represent you on this matter. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions of release?
Yes, Judge, the state has serious concerns given the nature of this offense, as well as the nature of several of the either priors or pending cases, not only in their violent nature, but in the victims in those cases. He has a pretty significant criminal history given his age, an active NBCA flag, and again, given the nature of the conduct in this case, the state believes a high bond is appropriate.
Anything?
Judge, my apologies. Judge, considering that Mr. Gray is already in custody on at least three other cases, I believe, and he's unable to pay his bond on those cases, I'd ask for a reduced bond for time credit purposes.
Preliminary hearing date, September the 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Bond is $150,000. Pretrial services supervision, if you post that bond, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with Adonis Miller or Jennifer Meal. You don't go near their residences, workplaces, schools, or daycares. Additionally, behavioral health and substance abuse assessment treatment is available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody. Other than the course of such treatment, I suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Gray. Good evening, I'm Judge Ted, and you, sir, are
My name is Dio Alasnaui.
Mr. Alquani. You have an interim complaint here charging you with theft of means of transportation and third-degree burglary. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Alasnaui has no these are nonviolent allegations. These are property crime allegations. He is only 20 years old. He has spent 18 years in Tucson, and his mother indicated that she would be willing to help provide transportation to future court hearings to ensure appearances. And so I'd ask for release of pretrial services.
Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Although Mr. Alasnaui is fairly young, he's been off of probation for less than a year and did not successfully complete the probation as it was. Bond is $2,500. Preliminary hearing date September the 18th at 1:30. Conditions of release include no contact with alleged victims or any potential co-defendants except through legal counsel. Not returning to incident locations. Preliminary hearing date September the 18th at 1:30. And I'd suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney.
Ma'am.
I also have misdemeanor file here for you. Charges from August the 15th of this year for shoplifting and criminal trespass, 2160 West Drexel, and then failing to appear in court on the 28th. Will be released on these charges. Conditions of release will include violating the laws, not returning to the incident location. Because you're being held on other matters, we'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges, at least as long as you're in custody. Your next court date's October the 31st at 9 a.m. If you're still in custody, then your attorney's office will appear on your behalf. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. Thank you. Good evening, I'm Judge Sid, and you are
Francisco Anaya.
Mr. Nye, in a complaint charging with organized retail theft and possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and at either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Judge, given that Mr. Anaya is charged with nonviolent property crimes, and he has spent a significant amount of time in Tucson, I'd ask for pretrial services release.
Given his failure to appear history, bond is warranted. Bond will be $2,500. Preliminary hearing date September the 18th. Conditions of release include no alcohol or illegal drugs, not returning to the incident locations or any target stores. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available in custody and under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. Other than the course of that assessment and treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Anaya. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Gabriel Gavas.
Mr. Gavas, in a complaint charging with theft of means of transportation and third-degree burglary. Will appoint legal defender's office to represent you on these charges, set a preliminary hearing date for September the 18th at 1:30. Did either council wish to be heard further upon conditions of release?
Nothing further from the state, Judge.
Mr. Galvez is charged with nonviolent allegations. He has no prior convictions. He is only 18 years old, and he has spent 7 years in Tucson. Given those factors, I'd ask for release of pretrial services.
Understanding that he is already on release on felony charges, counsel, and could be held without bond.
Judge, I would, I mean, if the court is not inclined, then I'd ask for a nominal bond for time credit purposes.
Bond will be $2,500. If you post the bond, you'll be a distributor of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the victims or potential co-defendants, except through legal counsel. You don't return to the incident locations. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available in custody and under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. I also have misdemeanor charges from July the 5th of this year. Being a minor having consumed alcohol. Looks like you were in custody on that matter. You were released and given a court date of August the 5th. Did not appear on that date. You came in on August the 12th, requested a hearing to get the motion quashed, and that was set for this morning, and clearly you did not make that court date. In light of the holds, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on this charge, although you are being released on the matter. Conditions of release, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Court date is October the 31st at 9 a.m. If you're still in custody, then the Public Defender's Office will appear to represent you. If you're out of custody, you need to be present. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Gavas.
Great.
Oh, you know, I don't know, PH 918 up on the felony hold. Mr. Gray, I have several things here for you. We'll start with an interim complaint charging you with criminal damage in excess of $2,000 alleged to have occurred earlier today. Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges, and if either counsel wish to be heard on.
Nothing further from the state.
Yes, Judge. Mr. Gray is charged with a nonviolent offense. He has no prior felony conviction.
Have you seen the state's recommendation?
Yes, Judge. We agree with pretrial services release.
Preliminary hearing date will be September the 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. You're going to be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. Conditions of release: you do not drive without a valid license, you do not consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. There's to be no alcohol in your residence or vehicles. You're not to go anywhere alcohol is served or consumed. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment, and any treatment that is recommended. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
I also have misdemeanor file here for you. Charges for domestic violence violation of a court order alleged to occurred on August the 21st.
Sure.
Your next court date on this matter in Tucson City Court is October the 14th at 1:30. Your attorney does not represent you on this matter. If your attorney says you don't need to come to court, they're only talking about the September 29th matter. You still need to appear in court on October the 14th in City Court. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with Sasha Tucker. You don't go near her residence or workplace. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Gray.
Well,
Juan?
Hey, John.
Evening. I need to say it, and you are.
Juan.
Mr. Juan, in a complaint charging of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and at either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Yes, Judge. Given that Mr. Juan is steps eligible and these are drug offenses, I'd ask for pretrial services release. However, if the court is not inclined, then I'd ask for a nominal bond of less than $500 for general credit purposes.
Understanding he has a felony probation warrant, correct? Counsel?
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. I understand that, which is why I understand if the court is not inclined to release, then I would ask for a nominal bond.
Steps hearing will be September the 15th at 9 a.m. Preliminary hearing will be September the 18th at 1:30. Bond is $500. No alcohol or illegal drugs.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Juan.
Hmm?
You also have a probation hold out of Maricopa County. Michael?
Hello.
Good evening, agitated user.
Michael Piquel, Your Honor.
Mr. Piquel. Interim complaint charging with possession of dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drug, and possession of paraphernalia. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions.
Judge, the state would just note that this appears to be the third time he's been arrested on the Maricopa County warrant. So given that, the state would recommend a bond on this case.
Judge, given that Mr. Piquel has no prior violent convictions and he is steps eligible, I would just ask for a nominal bond for, given the Maricopa County case.
On this matter, preliminary hearing date September the 18th at 1:30 with a steps hearing review on September the 15th at 9. That's a program that if you're approved for the program would require you to do a course of treatment and could result in the dismissal of the local charges, Pima County charges. Bond on these matters is $500. Pretrial services if you post the bond. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment is available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. And we also have the Maricopa County matter. Charges for possession of paraphernalia along with failures to appear. Bond on this will be the $750 requested by Maricopa County. You post that bond, you'll be in a position of pretrial services. Again, no alcohol or illegal drugs. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment treatment is available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody. Review hearing date in Pima County will be October the 8th at 9 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Pickle.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Antonio Soto.
Mr. Soto. We have a complaint, or not an complaint, I have a warrant out of Pima County Superior Court charging you with possession of narcotic drug and possession of paraphernalia alleged to have occurred on or about May the 29th of this year. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And does either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions of release?
Nothing from the state, Judge.
Judge, considering that Mr. Soto is a lifelong Tucson resident and these are nonviolent drug allegations, I would ask for another chance on pretrial services release.
He already didn't comply with pretrial services on this matter, so pretrial services release is not appropriate. Bond will be $500. If you post the bond, then you'll be entitled to pretrial services.
Well, I don't know if it shows that
Again,
my charges were
it does, but in the meantime, you only contacted pretrial services the one time. You didn't stay in touch with them. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment as available in custody or under the supervision of pretrial services if you're out of custody. Other than in the course of that assessment or treatment, I'd suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Soto. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Undone Waltz.
Mr. Waltz. I have an interim complaint charging with aggravated assault alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard on conditions?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge, considering that Mr. Waltz's last felony conviction is from 2016, I would ask for release of pretrial services. However, if the court is not inclined, then I would ask for a reduced bond.
Preliminary date will be September the 18th at 1:30. Bond will be $2,500. The bond is posted, then you'll be distributed pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victims beginning right now. You don't return to the incident location, that entire apartment complex there on Mona Lisa. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment while available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. Other than in the course of those assessments and treatments, I'd suggest you not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney.
Okay.
Then we have misdemeanor charges. Domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence, criminal trespass, and 3 counts of disorderly conduct, at least 2 of which are designated as domestic violence. We'll appoint Christian Salter to represent you on these charges. Bond will be $1,000. Next court date will be tomorrow at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, no alcohol or drugs, no contact with alleged victims, and not returning to that incident location. And I'd suggest you not discuss the matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Waltz.
Thank you.
We're done.